Hello, this is my toolbox. It's a KRSC46 snap-on toolbox. I work as a metal fabricator and machinist. Here's my lid. I got a bunch of little photos and my favorite guitarists and drag racers and different albums I like. Stickers, Cool Company that's a pretty cool company. I'm an American Welding Association member. This is the little bay part in my toolbox. I found out that cutting this foam out like this, putting the screwdrivers in, keeps it from wobbling around, and some of the screwdrivers, the heads are too small and they fall through the holes in these toolboxes. So this is a good way to fix that problem. This is all the stuff I use all the time, being a machinist and a fabricator. Center punch, spring-loaded center punch. These are picks, needle files, more needle files. This is a like a triangle knife to deburr with. I use a lot of X-Acto knives. This is a prick punch for doing really fine layout. This is pretty cool. It's like a spring-loaded center for tapping a hole. You can put this point in your tap wrench and it'll keep it straight while you're tapping a hole. Little mill stops that I made when I'm doing projects on a Bridgeport. I keep a piece of brass. When your file gets loaded up, you can take this brass and rub it with the grain, and the brass is softer than the file is. So this will form to the file and help push out the built up material in there and clean it up really nice. These are all my Allen wrenches I use all the time. These are little tiny ones I got for little bitty projects. I do little miniature engines and I'm not making anything. This is a really nice screwdriver. I really like this one. Rotary burr, good little tool to have. You can do holes, edges, just about anything with it. I keep some little bottle openers and a little can opener in here. Tap card. This is a conversion card faction, the decimal conversion chart. Pink pins. I have more pink pins here. Got large and fine. I separate them so they're easy to find. I got a little charger in here to charge my phone with, and a speaker. I'm allowed to listen to music at the shop I work at, so I can jam all day and not get in trouble. Flashlights, very, very good to have. I won this one when I was a metalworking apprentice. I won this at a convention. These are really good. It's a precision tweezer kit. Great little set. I love this set. Great for getting nasty stuff out of holes when I'm threading or tapping holes. Tecton, great brand. I have Snap-on and I have Tecton and Mac Tools and Macco and anything else out there most of the time. I really like these tools. They work really good. They have a really nice warranty as well. Keep a lot of these little adapters. Pliers I use all the time. I weld chromoly a lot, so I have the full procedure set up for TIG welding chromoly tubing. This is my first drawer. This is where all my machining stuff is. So I made these 1, 2, 3 blocks, custom ground them. They're within 1/10,000. This is a punch block I made. This is a 0 to 12 inch depth mic set from Michitoyo. Michitoyo indicator, SPI indicator, thread pitch gauge set. I use this little thing a lot when I'm doing fabrication to get angles. Blake indicator. This is my great grandpa's set of veneer calipers. Another indicator. I have my very own Dremel tool. Pretty much the same thing the dentist has. It's actually the same thing my dentist has. His is a little bit more souped up, but this is about the same thing. It does the same thing. It's got the quick change setup on it instead of what they have. Machinist vise I made when I was 18. This is a SPI set of calipers and mics. It's pretty good. Noga base with dual fine adjust. This is a coaxial indicator. It's nothing super special. And this is my favorite calculator that they make. I've had a machinist calculator that's like $80, and I'd rather have that one. This is the first Starrett tool I ever bought. Is this little hook rule, and this little thing is great. I love it. T-slot cleaner that I made. It says Sequoia on it. That's my middle name. I'm named after not the forest. I'm named after the person that made the Cherokee alphabet. This is where all my pliers are, and adjustable wrenches. I've got lots of pliers. I use a lot of different kinds of clamps. This is a really nice set of dikes. I cut a lot of very high tensile strength wire when I'm TIG welding, so these work great. Some of the bits from my Dremel. Really good pick set by Cobalt. I really like these as well. I have some mirrors that I use when I'm setting stuff up. These are great little burrs. Very good. I have some little disc for my die grinder here. This is a little hole deburr kit. I really like these. They're called chamfer tools. I got this one on Amazon. It was like $10 and it works great. This is like all of my madness, like all the paperwork and crap goes in here. This is a great little book. I use a Millpower a whole lot, and this is like an intro book, but it also has a lot of advanced features in it. I can run a water jet, so this is something I did in my spare time. I cut out a VW bus on the water jet out of plexiglass. I have a lot of books and little trinkets and stuff. This is a cool little book. If you're really good at trig, this is an awesome little book. Or if you're not good at trig, this is a good little book to have. This is my fabrication drawer. On my hammers, these are for when I'm doing welding. I have these cool little scribes that I got from Speedway. They're metal scribes, and what they do is, so the distance from this corner to that point is 0.75. You can take this and put it on a surface like this and scribe a line perfectly. It's not super exact, but if you're doing just fab work, this is awesome. Very easy to work with. I do a lot of welding. These little charts right here are great to have, even if you're like a professional welder and you think you know it all. These little things right here will save your day when you get something that you do not know how to weld. Trust me, I've found that out. This is the welding lenses that I like. I keep a whole bunch of them in my toolbox because you go through them kind of fast depending on what you do and how rough you are. These are a shade 10. I don't even know if they make these anymore. I got these from a guy at the flea market. But I have enough to last me my entire life. I keep a lot of different kinds of tungsten, a lot of red for when I'm doing, which is thoriated for when I'm doing my chromoly, because it lasts a long time. And I got the green, which is pure tungsten, for when I'm doing aluminum. What I do isn't mission critical, like I'm not welding aerospace parts, so I don't really need to get the best of the best tungsten. This works just fine. I don't even have a tungsten grinder. I grind my tungsten in my 12-volt DeWalt drill on a disc sander. This is all my little consumables. Got the FUPA stuff. I actually like this one more than the FUPA. This is a number. This is the Jazzy. I think it's the number 10. Yep, number 10. I've got all these too. I mean, once you get to welding and you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, like you don't switch materials, it doesn't really matter what you have, because you can kind of do the same thing with either one. As long as you got like the same kind of cup, it's fine. I don't walk the cup or anything. I'm doing full manipulation TIG welding. I have a TIG finger. Honestly, I never use this thing. I've had this thing for like, I couldn't even tell you. And I ain't even used it. It just sits in here. This is an old hammer from my great-grandpa. Who knows how old it is? I don't even have a handle on it. This is something I made when I was in welding school. It's like a slag saw, I guess you could call it. I made this handle and this piece, and then this is a piece of bandsaw blade that I welded to it. Yeah. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but I did make this when I was like 18. This is the mystery drawer. This is all the stuff that I don't know where it goes, or leftover from some job I was doing or something I had to take apart. I got an old ashtray from, I don't even know how old. It's very old. Lots of rivets and little weird stuff. These are wheels. These are like flywheels to a model engine I built. Some wrenches. 6G pipe bend test from when I did welding. A fixture I made to make connecting rods for a model engine that I was making. Won't go in there. These are all my power tools and stuff. These are all koozies from FabTech. I like to go to that. These are like forming dies, so like press brake dies that go on my little bench vise, and I can bend sheet metal like this. I 3D printed all of these. A staple gun. Under there is a really big set of drill bits. I don't really use them. My shop supplies them, so I don't really need them. This is like some car stuff, tire pressure sensor reset tool. This is a launch scan tool. It's a really good tool. I really suggest them. Their scan tools are really awesome. The DeWalt shear that goes on the impact, or you can put it on the drill driver. 12-volt batteries. I have the drill driver, the screwdriver, and the impact driver. I don't have the impact wrench yet, but it's coming. These are all little discs for my die grinder. This is another set of needle files. Reynolds wrap, which is aluminum foil for when I do stainless TIG welding or titanium to block it off so I can back purge. Awesome. Linux saw blades for my DeWalt Sawzall. A really old pair of safety glasses. Best gloves you can get. This is my DeWalt. This ain't the flex volt. This is the regular 20-volt angle grinder. I have 2 fine grinders in there that are like $200 a piece. Honestly, I would rather use this one every single day. This is a bunch of masks and old safety glasses. This is a bunch of grinding discs, piece of acrylic. Under there, some more Tecton tools. That's like the 3/8 kit. Little tray I made with some Kaizen foam. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. This is how we formed tubes at the old company I used to work at. They made aerospace helicopter chassis for the company, and this is how they used to do it. So this end used to be like this, but just flat, not with this coat on it. And they have a special machine there that they stick this in, and it forms that in like that. Very, very neat machine. Even them welding marks are just from this is a piece that was mocked up, but it was never finishly welded into the assembly, and it got thrown in the scrap pile. So they just ground the welds off, and then the tack welds off, and then I picked it up and was like, I think I should keep that for like if I get an apprentice someday, or if somebody's curious about welding. It's a good little trinket to show. Close this drawer, remove all this stuff. Okay. And this is my custom cabinet that I built. I designed all this in Omax 3D CAD software, and then cut it out on a Omax water jet. So Sequoia. That back panel is actually the same purple that they painted the Challengers back in the day. Same colors. Powder coated that color. I powder coated it myself. And the Safari bus. Well, actually, it's the truck. So the single cab with it's got windows in the side of the bed, which is pretty neat, and with the Safari windows and some little mag wheels that I designed in CAD. Here's my little door mechanism. It ain't nothing special. It's just something I mocked up real fast because I needed somewhere to put all this stuff. I ran out of room. Grinding shield, Sawzall. I keep the battery on it, so when I need it fast. That's why everything is labeled, not for me, but for other people that I might have to tell to go get me a tool. They know exactly where to go. This is my welding helmet. I've had this one for a very long time. Sequoia on top, and then on the bottom it's a smile that I drew with twin turbos. Larry Larson's 66 Chevy 2 on the side. I got the AWS 100 year anniversary sticker. That's pretty cool. that was the year that I founded the GTCC AWS student chapter. Inside I got a little dragster, a little top fuel dragster from back in the day, and then I got Jungle Pam, my favorite. Yeah, it's all custom made by me. There's that lens, really cool gold lens. What's in here? Linux hacksaw. I use that every once in a while. Cutting shield for oxyacetylene cutting and for doing gouging and stuff like that. This is a pocket hood for closed confined space. Usually when I'm TIG welding, not when I'm stick welding. If I'm gonna do closed confined, it's usually with TIG inside of like a tube chassis or something like that. Under there is my work apron and my welding sleeves by Lincoln. I use Ingersoll Rand die grinders. These are the Pro Manufacturing brand, I think. Yeah, I think this is a head of like the consumer brand. Very good tools. This is the 90 degree. It actually has a lock, so like a clutch. You can see it. Yeah, no, you can't spin it. Take it off. Pretty neat. This is an Ingersoll Rand cutoff tool that my dad had when he did automotive at Guilford Tech. I kept that. I got a lot of clamps. Some of them don't work, some of them do. And I made this box. Cool. These are really good. They have Bluetooth put in them, and they're really good. I can run my angle grinder wide open and not really be able to hear it. I'm required to wear hearing protection at the place I work when I operate heavy equipment or anything that's loud. This is one of my fin grinders. It's a pretty good grinder. I use this all the way through the welding program at Guilford Tech, and it lasted forever. It still works like perfectly fine. The bearings don't even get hot in it. It's an awesome tool. And then back here on the back, that's the Volkswagen logo. I'm a big Volkswagen fan. This is the rubber mat you can get from Snap-on, and all I did is to make this, I drew all this up in Omax, cut a template out on our water jet, and then put it on there and sprayed it white with spray paint, and then took that off and took a red paint marker and went around the letters. But that's my box.